Titan bastards! Do you think I'm just gonna let you waltz right in here again and destroy all of humanity? Not this time. Not while I'm still alive and have these new powers at my dismantle. Activating Titan power! Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy finally back with a brand new anime review, and I could not have picked a better anime to be my comeback review than the second season of Attack on Titan. Now, Attack on Titan Season 2 picks up where we left off from Season 1 with the defeat of Annie the female Titan when the gang makes a startling discovery. There are Titans living inside the walls. But wait! It gets even better! Because after that bombshell of a reveal, they get word that Titans have been spotted beyond Wall Rose. Fearing that Wall Rose has been compromised and the Titans are running amok, Eren, Mikasa, Armin, and the Survey Corps head out to deal with this new Titan threat and seal up Wall Rose, and in the process, learn more truths, particularly the secret identities of the armored and colossal Titans. Now, I, like many others, loved the first season of Attack on Titan. It was so refreshing and unique, both visually and on a storytelling level. I could not get enough of it. I binge watched through the entire first season and loved the experience. So needless to say, I was waiting patiently for a season 2. I wanted my questions to be answered. I wanted to see more thrilling action. I wanted to see this amazing animation style. I wanted it all. And they kept freaking trolling us and taunting us for 4 long years that they were making a second season. Like, they announced, okay, season 2, guys, it's coming. 2015 is gonna be here. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then they pushed it back to 2016. Oh, don't worry, guys, 2016 is gonna be here. For sure, you're gonna love it. You're gonna jizz your pants. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna jizz my pants. And they're like, no, actually, we're pushing it again. It's coming out April 1st, 2017. I'm like, are you serious right now? This better not be a troll. You're releasing it on April 1st. This better not be a troll. I'm gonna be so angry. But it wasn't a troll. They actually did release it on April 1st, which was awesome. And I watched the first episode and I waited until the entire series was done, which ended last Saturday. And after binge watching the entire second season, have my thoughts and opinions about Attack on Titan drastically changed for the worse? Or do I still love and admire it as much as I did back in 2013? And the answer is, of course I still freaking loved it. In fact, it carried over many of the things that I really loved, really enjoyed, and really admired from the first season, but this time around, they fine-tuned it a little bit and streamlined it. Instead of having battles that stretch on for 5 to 6 episodes, they kind of condense a lot of these things, and I actually appreciate that a little bit more. The anime still has stellar and fluid animation that pops right out of the screen with its use of bold lining and distinct character designs. That has not changed. Although I do have one teeny tiny nitpick with the animation, and that was the random and out of place CGI scenes. I mean, they just stick out as a sore thumb and they don't really look as good as the 2D animation. It just is so distracting to see. But all in all, still great animation. The animation really pops out during the many gripping and gruesome action sequences with horses flying, people dying, and titans chomping. It's a freaking bloodbath in this anime. And I, for one, could not get enough of it. I wanted to see more action scenes in this anime. And there is a fantastic showdown between Eren in his Titan form versus the armored Titan that was everything I wanted it to be and more. It's probably one of the coolest throwdowns I've seen all year. It definitely lived up to the hype. The story is still compelling and enticing from beginning to end. It pulls your attention and never lets go. You just can't wait to see what's coming next. What's the next big revelation? And how will the characters handle their dire situations? And speaking of characters, they're great. As to be expected, one of the biggest strengths of the first season of Attack on Titan was its dynamic and well fleshed out characters, and that carries on here in the second season. The main characters, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, have great character interactions and moments. And by the way, this has to be the most fiercest I've ever seen Mikasa. I mean, we're talking borderline yandere behavior. There's this one scene where she is just staring down this person, and the look that she gives this person is goddamn terrifying. You do not want to piss off Mikasa. Trust me. And many of the supporting characters who didn't get much focus in the first season get their chance to shine here. Like Reiner, Bertolt, Connie, hell, even Sasha gets an episode exploring her backstory, and even a pretty cool moment of badassness. Not bad, Potato Girl. And speaking of badassness, can we please take a moment to talk about Commander Erwin and just how incredible this man is? He has to be hands down one of the greatest commanders. No, scratch that. One of the greatest leaders I've ever seen in an anime. Definitely one of the most inspiring. Now this next part is going to be a bit of a spoiler for episode 11, so if you don't want anything spoiled for you for this anime, just go to this time code right now. Did they go to it? Okay, now let's go into great detail as to why Commander Erwin is such a badass mofo. So in episode 11, when his troops head out to save Eren from the armored and colossal titans, he comes up with the brilliant idea of charging straight at them with a swarm of titans at his tail, which works as it slows down the armored titan from advancing. He then gives a powerful and moving speech to get his men to charge into battle, and as they are charging in, a titan swoops in out of nowhere, bites his right arm, and yanks him from his horse. And instead of crying and wailing in pain like many others would in this situation, he remains composed and commands his forces to keep advancing without him. Which they do, because they see that their leader is so fearless, even in the face of death, that they are motivated to continue the mission. Damn, that's so cool. And if that wasn't enough to convince you just how cool and badass this character is, he ends up killing the titan that injured him and then proceeds to save Eren from the clutches of the bad guys. And keep in mind, he did this all while bleeding out, surrounded by titans, and with one arm. Somebody give this man the Badass of the Decade award, because he most definitely earned it, because that shit was phenomenal. Now, as much as I really enjoyed watching the second season, and I'm so freaking happy that Attack on Titan is finally back, I did have a couple of issues with Attack on Titan Season 2. And I'm sure I'm gonna get some hate for this. Hands down, the biggest problem with this season, and I also tweeted about it after seeing it, was episode 9. That was one of, if not, the most frustrating episodes I have ever seen in an anime. And no, that is not hyperbole. I mean that. I was so upset with this episode. I was just emotionally spent and physically angry by it. I mean, you talk about having every opportunity presented to you and then squandering it. This episode was perfectly set up to be a vital, crucial, exposition-filled episode delving into some of the mysteries and questions that many of us had about the anime who have yet to read the manga. Instead, the episode is an uneventful slogfest of characters just standing around, making empty threats, and talking about things that we have no clue of. It was so angering. I mean, come on. You're not doing anything anyway, so why not take the time to explain a couple things? Now, I know that there's going to be a handful of you that will bat this issue away by saying, oh, that's just a nitpick. You're being overly critical on this episode, Tony. Oh, don't worry. They just announced that they're making a season 3, so all of these will be explained and answered in season 3, so just wait, man. Just be patient. One more year, man. Well, I'm sorry. No, it's not a nitpick. I'm not being overly critical of this episode, and I don't care if they explain it in season 3. They had a golden chance to explain it here in season 2. This episode was tailor-made to be a rest episode for the audience to catch their breath from all the intense, high-octane action they have been experiencing from episodes 1 to 8. And since that's the case, why not take that time to spew out some exposition for the audience? You know, exposition isn't a terrible thing, especially for a series that has so many unanswered questions and mysteries that we would like to kind of understand. You know, the audience has a lot of questions for the show, especially the ones who haven't read the manga yet, i.e. people like me. So we do have many questions. Why not give us the information or even answer some of the questions that we have? Like, how did you guys become the Armored and Colossal Titan? What are Titans exactly? Who's the Beast Titan? Is he your master? Why did you guys attack us? And most importantly, why can't Eren realize that Mikasa has a female boner for him? But do they take the time to answer these questions? No. They just continue to dance around them with no care in the world. We're 2 seasons into this series, and the anime has yet to address many of the most unexplained elements of its story. And for me, that's unacceptable. Another issue I found was that Sasha's side story, while I really enjoyed it and had some really awesome and memorable scenes in it, was cut woefully short, especially after she reunites with a certain individual. I wanted to see her reconnect with this person, especially since it's been many years since she's last seen this person. I wanted to see them kind of bond with each other, have a short little dialogue scene with each other, maybe go on an adventure, a mission, a side quest, something, you know, just to see a short moment with them would have been nice and would have been a nice little wrap-up epilogue for Sasha's side story. But instead, she meets up with this individual, they ride off, and then the next time we see Sasha, she's back in the city. How'd she get back in the city? I have no idea. You know, what happened in between all that time? We never get to see it, and that's disappointing. And the final issue I found with season 2, and this kind of ties back into my first and biggest problem, was that the priest subplot that was in the first 3 episodes goes unresolved by the season's end. But I'm willing to be a bit more forgiving for this because, yes, there is a season 3 coming up, and I feel like it's going to play a much more pivotal role in season 3 than it does here in season 2. It's more like the seed that was planted, and in season 3 it's going to be a ginormous tree of problems that will be addressed and maybe even shine some light on the history of the world of Attack on Titan. Also, because there was a lot of things going on, and I feel like that whole subplot was a catalyst for another subplot, so again, I kind of understand. But at the same time, I feel like they could have thrown us an additional episode to kind of explore it a bit more. Maybe even have Levi interrogating the priest, you know, grilling him for information and failing constantly because the priest is so devout in keeping it a secret. And you see it just frustrating Levi. An entire episode of Levi and the priest. In fact, that's another problem I had with this season. A huge lack of Levi, an absence of Levi, which in my opinion is also unacceptable. You have one of the most badass characters from season 1 barely make an appearance in this season. I mean, he makes up a whole total of like 10 minutes in this season, and that's me being generous. I don't even remember like a big scene with Levi. Well, actually, no, there was one pretty cool scene where he's in the town and the military police are all joking about how they want to go out and fight the Titans. Or we're not really joking, but they're like boasting like, yeah, they brought us all out here and I really want to go kick some Titan ass, you know? And Levi kind of calls their bluff and says, hey, we're heading out there. How about you come join us? Join the survey crew. Forget the military police. Come join us every day. I like how he stuck it to them and called them out and kind of put them in their place. That was classic Levi right there. And this season needed more classic Levi moments like that. But at the end of the day, guys, while I did have a couple issues with this season, I still find it incredibly difficult to hate on Attack on Titan because it's just that great of an anime. It's compelling, it's enthralling, it's unique, it stands out, it has great animation, great characters, great action. It's one of the most epic anime that I've ever watched in my life. It's definitely one of the best anime that I've seen in the past 5 years. And season 2 continues the legacy. And that's why I'm going to say that it is still one hell of an anime. And if you were a fan of the first season or a fan of this series, you have no excuse not to watch Attack on Titan Season 2. Go watch it right now. But as always, guys, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to Attack on Titan Season 2. I would love to know what you guys thought about this season. Did you think it was incredible, amazing, great, it surpassed the first season? Or did you find it really disappointing and a huge letdown, it didn't live up to expectation and you hated it? And let me know, who is your favorite Titan character currently? Comment below, let me know, and stay tuned. A bunch more videos are on the way, including probably my review of All Eyes on Me, as well as another anime review out probably this Thursday or Friday. I'm watching the anime still. I'm almost done with it, and I'm crossing my fingers to get it done for you guys, because I think you guys deserve 2 anime reviews this week instead of just a measly one. So stay tuned for all that, and also stay tuned. I probably will review some of the new movies coming out, if time will let me, and I hope to do BCG Mail at the same time I always do it, Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until these videos come, guys, if you would like to see more videos on this channel and be part of the Black Critic Crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm talking about in a second, the secret Titan, known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube!
Yes.